Hi friends, Dr. Rob McClellan here. Welcome to Leadertribe. We are in my garage filming our first ever video log. They're called vlogs, and we decided, hey, let's do it. Well, we're ordering some really cool lights. My friend Dave Hamron's putting those together. Thank you so much, Hammer Time. We're gonna have this all professionally done in the future, but just the fact that entrepreneurs start with whatever they can and they make it happen, we wanted you to be part of the experience. You can say, hey, you know Rob McClellan, that whole Leadertribe thing? I remember when they used to film it in his garage with some old garage lights. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask our cameraman to step back and show you what he's got here. That's what we've done. We've just taken a light umbrella, put it around some old work lights. Over here we have this old painter's light that we're using to fill in the back so that it looks like the background's all full. This is how we're starting. Welcome to the video log. Now, this week, you know what we're talking about? Procrastination. Here's what we have found out. A great study done by a guy at Cornell University. Awesome school, Ivy League school, gotta love Cornell. Here's what he comes up with. Are you ready? He studies procrastination by doing an experiment. Takes a couple groups of people and tells them, hey, you have to volunteer hard labor for an organization next month. It's going to be as part of your job. You get paid for it just like you're going to work, but you can either do 7 hours of work on the first day of the month, or you have to work 8 hours on the 15th day of the month. You can choose either one. Which one do you think you'd choose? Well, a month ahead of time, when people are asked that question, guess what they choose? They say, oh, I'll work on the first, I'll kind of get it over with, and besides that, it's shorter hours, right? And that's their decision, right up until, guess when? It's time to do the work. And on the first of the month, they come back to them and they say, hey, are you ready to do it? Or would you like to do the 7 hours today, or just do 8 hours 2 weeks from now? Everyone switches. They go, I'll just do the 8 hours 2 weeks from now. Why? I'm busy. I'm trying to get caught up on stuff. Every excuse that you can imagine. That's where they started to find out our brain is wired to procrastinate if it has some unpleasant task to do. If you have an unpleasant task in your life, perhaps it's writing a report, it's looking at something that you've been putting off for a while, it's something you're supposed to do for a friend, but you consider it in your brain unpleasant, guess what you want to do? Your brain's wired to just try to put it off. So here's what they did. They said, okay, fine, you can do that 2 weeks from now, it's not a problem. Oh, by the way, the organization, to thank you for volunteering, they decided that all volunteers, as soon as they're done with their volunteer work, whether it's on the 1st or the 15th, they're going to give you a gift of a $100 bill just to say thank you. So do you want to do it on the 1st or the 15th? Guess what? Everyone switch back to the 1st. What? As soon as there was a reward involved, now all of a sudden our brain goes, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you very much. People's brains love rewards. That's you and that's me. So what do we learn about procrastination? What can we learn from that? Number one, envision the end. Envision the end. What do I mean by that? If you'll have a vision for what it's going to feel like when that task is completed, that is a reward. Here's what I mean. Take 30 seconds, imagine in your mind, what's it going to be like when I finish this? Here's what happens. There's no more guilt. There's no more being convicted. There's this a feeling of accomplishment. I got it done. I told somebody I'd do something. I got it done for them. No more having to be held accountable. Just starting to envision the end. What happens in our brain is watch what happens to your mood. Just in 30 seconds, your brain starts to change, and it's like it's receiving that reward. That's motivational to get you going on a lot of projects. So if you're stuck, you're procrastinating, begin to envision the end. Second thing, are you ready for this? Plan to start planning. What? Plan to start, what? That sounds like procrastination itself, doesn't it? No, here's what I mean by that. Take 5 minutes, turn off your computer, or walk away from your computer would be even good. Put your phone in a drawer, leave your computer, walk away somewhere, a table by yourself with a pad of paper, 5 minutes. That's all it's going to take, and say, what do I need to do here? I mean, seriously, what do I need to do to get this done? What are the 4 or 5 steps? Because if you can break it down into 4 or 5 steps, it's so much easier to get it done than if it was just one big thing that's hanging out there. All of a sudden, now you can break it down into little pieces. Next, begin to decide, how can I reward myself for getting each one of those? If it's something small, you know what you can do? Say, Jamba Juice. Why? I did a CME presentation for doctors on self-leadership. This is a long time ago when I used to lead a medical foundation. And in that presentation, you know what we found out about doctors? They love rewards as much as everyone else. You know what doctors hate doing? They hate doing their charts. But they thought, okay, when I catch up on all of my charts and I get all those done, I'm going to have a Jamba Juice. All of a sudden, just that little reward said, okay, I better get going on it. Why? Because they wanted a Jamba Juice. Well, maybe if it's something small, figure out a way to reward yourself something small. Or if it's a big project at the end, you go, that's it, I'm going to the Apple store. That purchase I've been putting off, I'm going. If you have a reward in mind, it helps your brain to do it. There's one other thing, but I will have a little illustration for you first. This is a Nest thermometer. Perhaps you've seen them advertised. They are the latest in thermometer technology. Well, we're standing in my garage of the home that we had built. We've been in our house about 7 months. I bought this to put in as soon as we moved into our house. Guess what? It's been 7 months. I still haven't installed the stupid thermometer. Now, on the day I decide to do that, that's going to take 5-10 minutes maybe. But I haven't done it. Why not? I've just been procrastinating. It's something that it will be cool when it's done, but I just really haven't had the time or haven't had the desire to do it. So I'm going to practice these same techniques myself. Actually, I forgot to mention one that's on the blog, this entire blog this week. You can go back and you can read that if you don't want to watch the video. Too late to tell you now, isn't it? But hey, you can see that the third step out of the 4 was to gather whatever resources you need. Make sure if you need someone's phone numbers, if you need addresses to complete your project, if you need markers, if you need to get some other school, whatever it needs that you have to have in order to complete that project, get all of that stuff. And what it tells your brain is you don't have any more excuses. You might as well go ahead and do it. So number 1, envision the future. Number 2, is you begin to break that down. Spend 5 minutes, go out and figure out what the pieces are. Number 3, gather the resources you need. And number 4, figure out a way to reward yourself. Stop procrastinating, reward yourself. You're going to have a better tomorrow. Thanks for watching the first ever video log. Okay, here I am officially opening this box, so I'll stop procrastinating. But what's funny is I think I told him it was like 5 minutes. It's probably going to be like 2 hours. I don't even know. I got to get the direct. How do you even open the box?